3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.
Today's task is really going to be you designing your own holiday.
Last week, 3G Boss contestants were involved in running one of the world's biggest industries, the travel and tourism industry. They created the design for the leaflets to promote their packages.
When you offer the package for a family...
In addition to that, after you've had a magnificent time in Egypt,
chose two attractive destinations.
That is amazing. Everyone high five.
Station de votre hôtel à Disneyland.
and saw the Mona Lisa in person.
Pitched in front of a set group audience with a video presentation, and some even went outside to sell holiday packages to customers.
Not Paris.
Egypt has been attracting travellers since classical times.
This market district is one of Cairo's main...
Thank you.
So welcome back to the boardroom, teams.
I think Rod and Jawad...
Finally, team manager Nabila won her first task, which left the losing team, Team Voyage, in a heated boardroom.
My reason for bringing Adam was solely due to the fact that...
And may I ask what that negative effect may be?
Negative effect?
He's saying like the fact that I had to do magically, the fact that research to take into
But that's
consideration.
why we had the week before to prepare,
And
which
also-
you did not do so.
This is a very, very difficult decision for us. Somebody has to go. And today, it's Priyanka.
And saw the elimination of Prianta. This week, the telecommunications industry, one of the world's biggest industries which has grown in the last 20 years, has shaped the lives of many communities. The international calling industry, a multi-billion-pound industry and a key aspect of the telecommunications business, has become a significant aspect of everyday life for the global international community. The industry, however, has become hugely competitive. In this task, contestants will design calling cards, choose the right package and destinations, and sell these to the customers. The team who makes the most profit will win the contest, and at least one will be eliminated. But first, the training session. At the heart of East London, 3G Boss contestants will choose their new team managers, team names, and design their plan to win the contest. Sharing his experience and winning formula, telecommunications entrepreneur and the managing director of Simple Call, Mr. Naful Zamir was invited.
It's a supply, right? When the card is a supply, they're not buying it, it's produced. We are taking into consideration that it is their own service.
At first, selecting the team managers. Losing all previous tasks, Sadia challenges the ability of prospective team managers.
He wants to be team leader.
Oh, I want to put myself forward.
Yeah. What makes you think that you would be the correct leader for this position? So what qualities do you have which make you able to be a team leader?
I'm very interactive.
But do you have any experience in the calling card business itself?
Yeah.
Okay, so should we take a vote? Hands up for Hussein. Okay, so Hussein shall be the leader.
Thank you very much.
Do you think restaurants would be wise to start calling cards in? I think this conversation needs more direction.
On the other side, Afra becomes the team manager after putting herself forward.
Oh yeah, when I said house captain, I also made my house win. Our house won from our school. Plus, I also was project manager for NCS and etc. So yeah.
And
I think I should be team sub leader because I think I don't want to be team leader, but I think I'll be sub leader because I think I have the skills which will help me.
to check the demand of the right calling cards, team manager Afra starts her research straight away.
We have 132 minutes for £5. That's 132, so it's more minutes. For India, there is £1 for 50 minutes, £3 for 150. For India. For Pakistan, £3 for 78 minutes. I wasn't team leader before, and I think this task I think it will be, I will be able to lead very nicely as well.
No, it doesn't have to be.
The business to
We can go like all over.
Team members discuss the price and destination to be used.
Well, that's the US.
Even a small lesson on the projected income. Finally, the responsibilities.
I know that Nabila is very talkative and persuasive, so I think she should do the business part. So you should go to businesses and ask for them. And Amisha is really good at on the streets talking, so I think you should be on the street asking for people.
On the other side, Sadia continue.
Do I need to design the back for this one?
No, that will be.
Okay, you guys tell me on WhatsApp if you still. Yeah, I'll include that stuff in it. Yeah.
I
think you should try to do that
I think
beforehand.
we should
Do email and call, and I'll keep our name in green and red. As well.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
And Abdullah takes his first team manager position seriously.
You are definitely. We're not doing as my style, alright? You are going out on the street.
Through the morning, you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say. Through the morning, you're gonna
I'd be
be
more than
sticking the
happy
creative,
to do that,
yeah. And then on the afternoon, we're gonna.
We all go outside.
All of us are gonna
I
go
think
outside. If we wanna sell to a business that doesn't sell calling cards at all, do you wanna approach that, or do you wanna stick to business?
How do we know if they would be willing to buy a card?
And how do we know? The people going into that store aren't going in for the calling card. They're going in for whatever.
Yeah, I know. So do you want to approach businesses that already sell calling cards?
I'm really happy with the result today. My teammates, they're so cooperative and they really listen to my suggestions and they help me to become a better project leader.
Another pleasant day. Contestants gather at the state-of-the-art office. Zamir Telecom.
Welcome to 3G Boss. We are now in week 5. The last couple of tasks were very hard and very interesting, but this week is all about telecommunications. Zamir Telecoms, a multi-million-pound British company specialising in telecommunications. Last year, they made a £27.5 million turnover, and today's task is all about telecommunications.
Within only a few hours' time, the contestants will have to demonstrate the best of their abilities to win the task.
Good morning, contestants. Today we're at a very well-known, reputable telecoms business who specialise in pinless international calling cards. You'll be designing a calling card. a sales pitch, and you will have access to 2 shops where you'll be selling those calling cards. We will be judging you on your creativity, your sales approach, and also the sales revenue. One of you will be leaving today, so good luck.
Team Satellite rally behind with first-time team manager Afra.
We've got 150 £5 calling cards to Bangladesh and 100 £1 calling cards to Bangladesh. Therefore, each of you will get 50 calling cards. Nabila will be working on the designs. She will be doing the £5 calling cards to Bangladesh and the £1 calling cards. And Namisha, you will be going and onto the back of the calling cards we have, and they're over there.
After I finish that, I'll just
You'll
join
be
with them,
preparing
guys.
the
Yeah.
pitch, yes. And I'll be helping Nabila and also as you guys.
While Nabila was responsible to develop the design of the cards, Ajmain emphasizes on the pitch that will be delivered to the customers.
250 minutes that you pay for £5, or for £1 you have £1, that's fine. Okay, well we can offer the £5 cards to you at £4, which will ensure a healthy profit from this service.
The strongest decision? That's a tough one. Because I think we all did well, but I think Ajmain's doing really, really well. I think he's doing really well, and he's like practicing his pitch and he's making it perfect.
If you sell £5 card, which anybody has in their pocket, you've generated 5 times £1 worth of value. You've got to try and aim at the market, because it's a special card today only, but they will get all of the services that, obviously Simple Call promises.
On the other side, Team Diamond prepare their activities for the day. While the other team ordered 150 cards of £5 each, Team Diamond order only 90 cards. Will this strategy make the difference?
I want to change it, man.
Guys, I don't think... damn it. Damn it.
Because we are going to be on the streets and we're more communicating with business to customers, as in people walking by from our shop, I think they would rather buy more of a £1 card than £5 card.
I understand that obviously if I lose the task, it's going to make the judges question as to why I've lost all the tasks. But I believe as though that although it's still £90 amount of £5 cards is still not a low number, I feel as though we can still work with that.
Nabila continues developing the design of the card.
I think it's better if more people work on other things, because if 2 people are stuck sitting in one place designing, I think it's kind of inefficient. But your PM is up to you. I think they're going to cut that.
Some people have been slow in certain aspects, namely Nabila in terms of the design. She's taken quite a long time in that, and that has set us back.
So I've spoken to Nabila. She's responsible for the designing aspect of it. She seems slightly unsure of what should be on the card. So again, I need to probably ask Afra, did they have an effective meeting prior to them joining joining this team today, because they did obviously have time to prepare.
You're watching Channel S.
3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College, and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.
You're watching Channel S.
How about, instead of the diamond, just like kind of light rays and then from Bangladesh?
On the other side, Heavily criticised by the judges and former team members of the previous tasks, Sadia is still confident on her design skills.
I've made a template at home.
You made a template?
Yeah,
Well
to
done, very good.
help
Let's
us
see.
guide, have an idea of what we want the card to look like.
So the picture, the design, that has to relate with me, my culture, Bangladesh or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I get what you're trying to
So
say.
that has to be there. So some sort of icon, some sort of picture.
What we also had is on the Kohinoor card we
Yeah.
had a flag of Bangladesh around the
it?
centre, a flag of Bangladesh.
I can
in
show
the
you a
centre.
demonstration.
But however, we had that idea for quite some time, but looking at it, it looked.
While the design work is coming to an end, Team Satellite reveal an expected exchange of materials with the other team, which contained 150 of £5 cards and 100 cards of £1.
Oh my gosh, no. So that they have 95 on
You should have checked it earlier.
Us checked it earlier.
Yes.
Oh, but I mean, doing their cards for the. Oh, God.
The challenge is designing a card that is appealing to potential customers, seeing whether to sell at a discount or to retail customers at full price, and whether to do it based on a £1 card or a £5 card. So it'll be interesting to see how the challenges are actually met.
Sorting out the exchange of material, both teams now focus on the final stages of producing the cards, which they will be selling to the customers.
I've got the numbers. The batch numbers.
No problem. That's not problem. Yeah, customer just need these. Don't worry about that. That's for us, not for them.
The design and production of cards are complete, and selling to customers commences. Both teams were allocated 2 high street calling card shops in East London.
In a competition called 3G Boss, and we're basically selling calling cards.
How many minutes?
Minutes. It's 250 minutes.
That our company does not do is that other companies, they take surcharges and they have connection fee. And these don't provide it.
5 and 10.
Five of these.
5 of these.
Okay, thank you.
First I will that'll be 28.
Oh, 250 minutes.
না বাবা এখানে দেখি তো
250 আর আমরা honest, আমরা truthful হই। আমরা কি তোমার পয়সা নেই কি না আসলে হইব।
£1 calling cards for 50 minutes and £5 calling cards for 250 minutes. With this cards, they're trustworthy,
And
so
we
they
don't
have
cheat
no
or lie.
they have no connection charges.
How much
And
is the charge for us? This is for one pound that mentioned here.
80p for each card,
Each.
and £5, £4 for each card.
Give me 5 cards for this.
5.
আমরা শুধু আজকে আর কোনোদিন আপনি এমন কার্ড পাবেন না। আপনি পুরো বছর কথা বলবেন
এটা দিয়ে কালকে মারতে পারবো নি।
কালকে নেক্সট মান্থ কথা বলতে পারবেন, পুরো নেক্সট বছরও কথা বলতে পারবেন।
On the other side, winning all previous tasks, Rad is on the streets to sell calling cards.
এটা হচ্ছে যত মিনিট আমি বলছি তত মিনিটই আপনি পাবেন।
এগুলো আপনারা নেন। তো একটা দিয়ে দেন 1 পাউন্ডে।
না না আছে বাইবার থেকে আমরা করি বুঝছেন।
As the time passes, the pressure of selling more cards grows.
It's simple call.
F1 দিল লিতালি ও Google card.
How do you talk to them?
We talk like a Viber or something.
Really?
Yeah, internet every time. No.
The problem with other calling card companies is that they pretend like they're selling you a time that they're not selling you.
Yeah, well, okay, thank you. Sorry. Every time internet.
Okay, so is everything okay?
Team manager Afra and her team members know the importance of selling more cards.
We has no expiry date.
You're not selling calling cards.
Oh, you're not selling. It's trustworthy. It lasts long.
We're not lying, so none of this is like.
And these ones have exact number of minutes, as it says on the card.
They also face the reality of dealing with customers.
You don't want to pay now?
No, I don't trust you because I already trust you before. I don't pay.
So you're not going to?
No, I don't.
So what, in terms of connection stuff like that, you're saying it's not going to be an issue?
And also, on top of that, other cards, they sell you false minutes.
What in evidence can you provide to say this is cheaper and there won't be a connection issue?
It's a 100% guarantee, 100% guarantee.
Yeah, well that's your word, I'm taking your word for it, but surely there must be something
Because
that you can say, well, I can give you my word, not just my word, but I can prove it, that there won't be a connection issue and it's cheaper.
The thing is, I wouldn't false advertise because I know if I false advertise, I get sued.
Well, we know everyone advertises. You get a door person,
but the thing is, I wouldn't lie about the advertisement. What I'm saying is 100% genuine.
Right.
And these would last you forever.
Ajmain, with his eye-catching outfit, continues to pursue customers.
And for £5, 50 minutes with the card, obviously.
All right.
And then for £5, it's 250 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, definitely. We have one at £5, which gives you 250 minutes.
It depends on the minute. It doesn't. It's not going to expire if I keep it for 30 days, 40 days. Yeah, that's a good
That's
deal.
what I'm
You know
saying,
what?
there's no
I'll
sense
take
of-
two. And I'm going to chill in instead. I'll give it to my dead man. He's going to speak.
এখানে অ্যাকাউন্ট দিয়ে দুইটা কিনতে পারেন ডিসকাউন্ট আর তিনটা কিনতে পারেন আচ্ছা অ্যাকাউন্ট ঠিক আছে
On the other side, Sadia and Rad try to demonstrate their sales skills. Sometimes both teams show their aggressive selling attitude and create distraction to the opponent team.
20টা আছে না 15 pound.
I want to think the same thing.
Can you please be quiet? Come on, bro.
How much are you buying from?
Yes, be quiet.
How much
We are making a sale. Thank you.
How much are you
Would you be
buying
willing to buy a calling card to Bangladesh? Okay.
How much are you buying it from? কত দিয়ে কিনছো?
How much?
How much you charge?
How much you want it for?
How much you tell me your price? Okay, I'll start 18 pounds. 30 each, yeah? 30 each. No, brother, come on.
Connect to family.
Connect to family, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to buy it, we will ensure that you get the full 50 minutes.
But you see, I've got a card that claims to that as well.
Yeah.
Why should I trust?
Because this card is better, that's why.
Why is it better?
In the sense that with this, you get a crystal clear connection. With that, we're not sure about it.
Well, I'm sure about that. I've used it. In what way? I've used it. I have physically. I have.
I'm not going to buy it.
No,
I'm not
you
going to buy it.
No. Listen, I'll give you £1.
I'm so mad at you. I can't believe you did that.
I didn't do this, don't worry.
But time is going fast.
So if us two are talking, if us two are talking to one customer and we see another one, if you two could swoop in and grab that one.
That's what we just did there.
Yeah,
that worked out good.
350. Come on.
Give me 5 cards.
We are actually from a competition. So 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. There you go.
Or if there is any problem in the dialing or after you.
When you finish calling, they will give it to you. It's in the call. They have it down there, which is why it's trustworthy.
The last few minutes.
£5 calling card, half price. Just
penny a minute. 1 penny a minute calling card.
£5 will give you 250 minutes, and £1 will give you 50 minutes.
£5 calling card, half price.
Bangladesh only?
Yeah.
Any country?
No.
Would they like to buy a calling card because we're only selling for 1 day only?
যেসব কল করবেন একদম পুরো ফ্লুয়েন্ট লাইন থাকবে।
Responded
How do I know it's legit? Because it's on a paper.
There's a customer service number.
I'm Madila.
অনেক clear connection পাবেন, অনেক ভালো একটা reliable connection পাবেন।
We're ending in 15 minutes. Oh, it's only for today, special offer for today.
Give me your leaflet and your company card. So let me speak with my boss and I'll let you know.
Another card, more minutes.
3G Boss's search for the next generation entrepreneur is now in Howard Dorber's hands.
You're watching Channel S.
3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.
You're watching Channel S.
So this week our teams were in the telecoms business. They had to design and sell some phone cards. We've got a tough task, we've got an interesting industry, both design and sell, so quite a lot to do today. We had a special guest judge with us, didn't we? So let's invite him in. He's the head of one of the most successful international telecoms businesses. Let's invite in Naufal Zamir. So, Naufal, welcome to the boardroom.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for taking our teams today and putting them through their paces. How did you think they did?
It's a pleasure. In short, they have done fantastic. I've observed both of the teams from the day of briefing, this morning when they had their team management and designing the cards, and also when they were on the field. I've monitored them quite closely as a team and individually. I think they have done remarkably well.
I always ask this question to our guests who've watched people over the course of the day. Would you employ any of them in the future?
Quite a few who are very eligible, and in time I'm sure they will be employed in any companies or any industry they want to get in.
Thank you very much for your time today and for your expert advice, and we're going to listen to how the teams did. Good luck. Thank you very much for taking part.
Thank you very much.
So we've heard from our guest judge. I think it's time we heard from the teams themselves, and let's see who won and who lost. So
indeed,
it's time to send in the teams. Welcome back to the boardroom. We have two teams today. We have, I think, Team Diamond and Team Satellite. And your team manager was Afra. Okay, so let's find out how you did. Let's start with Afra. How did you find the task today?
It went well. I allocated roles were based on their skills and what they're good at. And I think they were where they were, the place they were at. I think they done well because they were saying to me how they made a lot of sales.
So who was responsible for designing your cards?
What I did, I asked all the team members to think of a design, and we chose Asmain and Nabila's design. We chose Nabila's design on the £5 cards. So it was the map of it was the world, the globe, and with the £1 coin cards we chose Asmain's idea, which was a plain white and with also the globe.
Say, your team, what did you pick as a design?
I allocated Sadia and Rod to be the main head of the design. However, I wanted everybody to have kind of an input on what they want on the design, so everybody has their own choice. We chose 2 cards, the £5 one and the £1 one, and we chose 2 names for the cards. And because we were selling both for Bangladesh, we chose that we should put a Bangladesh sign at the back, and so it could represent that this is for Bangladesh.
Okay. All right, Rod. Was he a good team manager?
Towards the end, yes, he was. I think in the beginning, because we had an order that we lost, I think he was a bit disappointed, but he made that up towards the end.
Sadia, you've been on the losing side a few times.
I thought that right from the start on Wednesday, from the planning session, straight throughout till the end of the day today, I thought he did a really good job.
Team Satellite, any criticism of Afra, or was she a pretty good manager?
In the morning, I felt like if she had a bit more authority, just established a bit more order, we could have gotten out a bit quicker. But other than that, throughout the day, she was generally really good.
As you know, every week we have my 2 colleagues here, my expert colleagues who know lots about what works and what doesn't work in the real world of business. Kohinoor and Sanwar out working with you. So what really happened today? Let's start with Sanwar this week.
Well, Team Diamond had 1 fewer in number, so they had to split the work between 4 as opposed to Team Satellite that had 5 people. I thought they had done a lot of work coming up to the start of today, which really helped them out because the designs they came up with were striking. But I felt Hussein, who could have shown stronger leadership, didn't quite meet that expectation at the beginning.
Frankly, I think I was too busy engaging with customers to be managing. But I do think me and Sadia worked really well together.
One of the biggest frustration I had was that Hussein didn't control any of the cards, so he didn't know who had what cards or how many they were selling or how many was left. Do you feel that you could have controlled that situation a lot better?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying. I could have controlled a lot better than I actually did. However, I feel that my teammates, they knew what they were doing and they knew what their goal was. And I agree that I didn't keep a record of what we were doing. However, we did kind of sell out, and we tried our best to sell every single card that we possibly could.
I like what I'm hearing because you're talking about teamwork. You're accepting some constructive criticism. You know, I think you're really, all of you, sort of growing through this process. How about Team Satellite?
I think there was an issue of time management. So, you know, you guys are taking so long in getting your design in on time. And I think Asra, you could have taken more of an active lead on that in making sure, you know, your designer was actually completing her work. I was slightly disappointed in Lamisha again. And there was a mistake that the team had. They had actually swapped the calling cards, and the producer actually said, well, it was your mistake. And she actually turned around saying, well, no, you should have checked. Lamisha, I think you need to really, really think about what you say.
Do you accept that, first of all, Lamisha?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. When you're in a business environment, you have to watch it, particularly somebody in a position of authority, then you will end up in trouble fairly quickly.
Look, Lamisha, I'll give you one thing. This week I saw some initiative from you as well. There was an occasion where she was trying to sell a calling card to somebody on the street, and they said, well, I don't have money, I'll have to go to the ATM machine. She says, I'll come with you. And I just thought that was brilliant. With Team Satellite, there were some highs and lows, I would say. I'm not entirely sure about Tushar though. I found you to be walking, just walking, not stopping people to sell. What was that about?
During the first hour, I think I was doing pretty well because I made £50 by selling 10 of the £5 calling cards.
I was with you, and you were walking down the street, and people just walking by, and you wouldn't stop them.
I think the main reason was because most of them I saw before, and I saw other people trying to sell it to them, and they weren't buying it. So
it's about having the confidence to ask people and also to take the rejection sometimes.
I found, from what I witnessed, Tosha and Nabila were less engaged after the initial half an hour or so.
Do you think that's right, Nabila?
I don't necessarily think that was right, because a lot of the time, although it seemed like I was aimlessly walking around, I was actually making phone calls to people to get orders in, and for people to come down and help us boost up our sales.
What you were saying, you had really good content, but it's just the way you were delivering it. It was, I don't want to say it, but it was quite boring. I found it, if you were selling to me, I wouldn't buy it.
Nazmain is super salesman.
I just try and approach everyone because you don't know where a sale can come from, and I just try and give them the information as quick as I can, because you have 30 seconds. I read that you have 30 seconds to actually get the majority of your pitch across, and so I try to craft my pitch according to that, and then I just talk to them, try and engage them, and try and sell it from there on.
Okay, let's see who won and who lost today's task. As you know, one team has to lose, one team has to win. The winning team will get a treat, and the losing team will be back here, or at least 3 of them will, and somebody is going to be going home, and it'll be the end of the competition for them. So let's start with Team Satellite. How did Team Satellite do?
So Team Satellite generated £308.20.
Okay, that's pretty good. Well done, Team Satellite. So not too bad. What about Team Diamond?
Team Diamond have generated a net sales of £366.40.
Okay, so Team Diamond, very well done. You are this week's winners. £60 more than the other team. And your treat this week is that you're going to go on a unique tour of the centre of London with my very good friends at London Duck Tours. If you've not been on this before, this is a bus that travels around the streets, and then it goes in the water and it floats along like a boat. It's very James Bond, and then it comes out of the water again. So it's if you've never done it, it's quite a really interesting experience. So you see London both by road and by river. So well done, enjoy your treat, and you can leave the boardroom.
Thank you very much.
Stress gone. Not released. Team Satellite, you've been brought down to earth. Afro, where do you think you went wrong?
I think we should, our timing is quite really bad here. Yeah, we were all organised, by the way, and I think, yeah, we were all organised, by the way.
You were organised, you did a design for your card. I've got the 2 sets of cards here. I've got Team Diamonds. That's a very professional looking piece of kit. Shah Jalal, it's a connection with Bangladesh, it's got the Bangladeshi flag on it. It's very clear what that is. Kohinoor, the diamond card, obviously paying homage to our judge. It's got 3G Boss in the corner. Very, very smart. Now yours, you had that time to prepare. How do you spell connect, Nabila?
I didn't realise the mistake there. I think it's because we had I had told the designer to do a lot of the work. I basically opened up a word.
Yeah, but how do you spell connect?
CONNECT.
Yeah, and what does that say?
CONNECT.
Yeah. Now, if you're selling something to somebody for money, and they expect a quality product, they expect a quality service from the telecom, having a spelling mistake right across the middle of the card isn't going to really inspire people, is it? That is a quality product. You know what I mean? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think they could have easily won, Howard, regardless of that mistake. They had a really good strategy of ordering 150 £5 cards, of which they had 103 left. They could have easily sold them off for £1, £2, and generated that £60 to win. They didn't do it. They were left with 103 £5 cards and 15 £1 cards unsold.
But we still sold a few at £4 and a few at 80p. However, we kind of tried to restrain from selling it too low because we were told that if we sold it too low, we'd be given a negative number.
What was the lowest you sold a card for?
In terms of for a £1 card, I think the lowest you could have gone was 60p.
What about a £5 card?
And for a £5 card, I think we worked out that a £4 selling it at £4 would give us a healthy profit in return at around £3 return.
But you didn't sell any at 3.
I did because I did bargain at 350.
Lamisha, you've been uncharacteristically quiet so far in the boardroom. What do you think could have been done better today?
Well, to be honest, I think we all did great.
Really? But you lost. You lost.
Could it also be that your pitch wasn't that great?
My pitch was awesome.
It really wasn't.
Okay, I agree.
It really wasn't. Afra and Lamisha that were working together, Afra's numbers were £117.50.
That's very good. Well
and
done.
Lamisha's was £21. Now, they were working together, so I'd like to understand why you had more in your envelope than
That's because
Lamisha.
not the customer, I done it myself.
But by businesses, we did it together.
With the businesses, we done it
We
together.
thought that if we could finish her cards off first, since my ones, well, it was getting too complicated because we had so much things on our hand and we had nowhere to put. So,
Alright, so you're working together.
yeah.
Tusha and Nabila, for some reason, combined their money together, and both of them had £93. And from I guess, from earlier, Tusha mentioned he sold, what was it, 10 £5 cards.
Right. Tusha, do you find this task hard today?
I think this is, it was actually really hard. Considering that we've had a lot of talented people in our group, I think even with our talents, we did kind of struggle a lot because of the fact that the crowd, they were really hard to impress.
We've got one person we haven't heard from really, which is Asma'i. What do you think could have been done better today?
In my opinion, I felt that in the morning, the design aspect took a relatively long time, and if we had been able to, if the PM had managed to rush Nabila a bit, take a bit, just do it a bit quicker because it's rather a simplistic design in my opinion, and we had too simplistic design because we wanted to be simplistic yet effective.
I think we've heard enough now. Afra, you were the team manager today, so you will be back in the boardroom. But which of your 2 colleagues are you going to bring back and why?
I will bring back Lamisha and Nabila.
And why?
Because they done really well, but I think they could have done better.
Okay, so Afra, you're going to be bringing back Nabila and Lamisha. Team Satellite, please leave the boardroom. We'll see 3 of you back here in a minute. So we've got 3 contestants back in the boardroom. I'm not sure they're the right 3 actually from that task, but they're the 2 that Afra wants to bring in. Let's start with Afra. What do you think her strengths and weaknesses?
Her weakness is not accepting the fact that it was down to them to sell. Both teams were in the same position. They decided to go to Green Street, wasting nearly an hour and a half. They could have easily sold those cards. I mean, they came down to £3.50. Even if they came down to £2, they could have easily got rid of those cards and won.
So I was observing both Lamisha and Afra in Green Street, and their pitch wasn't particularly strong. They were using quite fluffy words.
I have to say I like Afra. Afra's She's an intelligent young woman. She's, you know, I think she's come out of herself a little bit as the competition's gone on.
Tusha didn't engage at all. I felt that he was just there, again, aimlessly.
I thought particularly after we criticised Tusha, I thought we'd see him back in the boardroom. And the person who looked most annoyed to be back was Nabila. Honestly, if looks could kill, she really did not look happy. However, you know, she's responsible for design, and this is a profoundly depressing product. What do we do with Lamisha? She was answering back again today. She did take the criticism a little bit, and clearly a character, but she keeps being on the losing team.
She needs to hold her breath and get on with the task in hand.
Right, okay, I think it's about time we ask them back in, and one of them is going to be out of the competition. Welcome back to the boardroom. For one of you, this is going to be the last part you play in 3G Boss. Afra, who do you think we should let go today?
I don't think anyone should really go. I believe we've all worked well, and
So should it be you?
I don't think it should be me, because I have got a lot of customers and a lot of sales.
Nabila, if I'd had that put to me by somebody who worked for me at Canary Wharf, I'd be pretty annoyed.
I don't think the card thing was necessarily entirely my fault, because it was kind of up to the designer in a way, and also by the time we'd realised all like the bulk had been printed and it was she wasn't able to.
But why should we keep you in?
Because I think
What's good about you? Why should we?
I don't deserve to be here today because like you know, out of the £93, Tushar said that he got £50 out of the £93.
Are you talking about the competition again?
No, but
tell us about you. Tell us about you. Why do you deserve to be the boss, the figurehead for the next generation?
Because I think I'm extremely hardworking. I always prepare beforehand, before every task, and I always try to do the best I possibly can. I always input the most I can, and sometimes it doesn't always go exactly to plan, but I'm always really, really quick to learn and pick up from my mistakes and pick up from where I went wrong.
Lamisha.
Yes?
Should we fire you?
No.
Why not?
I think I shouldn't be fired because I'm a very confident person, and I think I showed that today when we were selling our cards in Green Street, and when I went up to the customer that she said before that the customer who was selling me the card, and I would make sure that he would give me the money.
So what do you think those things show about you?
I think that shows me I'm confident. I never let go, which gives me the key skill, determination, and I think I was hardworking because I did try my best.
I really think, Afra, it's important sometimes to accept responsibility. And I just found when we were asking you, the reasons for the failure of the task, you're blaming everyone else except you.
I agree when I should have led Nabila to do it quickly, because it was taking long, and I should have said
the other team.
In a sales task, it really does make a difference if you've got one extra person. You did have one extra person today, and they beat you. And that, to me, says that something had gone wrong in the leadership. Look, we're going to have to take a decision. It is very hard. All three of you deserve to be in this competition. So it is going to be hard to let one of you go. Afra, you were the team manager this week, and you have to take responsibility for the fact that you didn't sell as much as the other team. and also that, you know, I think there were a few holes this week in the in your operation that led to you know, you ending up with quite a lot of material left over unsold. Lamisha, you do have, I think, a little bit of a problem with authority. I think you like to challenge. You're very quick to talk back to people, whether that's, you know, a judge in a competition like this, or, you know, your team leader. You're very, very quick off the mark with your comments. You need to rein that in. You really do. It's great to have an independent spirit, but sometimes you're going to come up against people who will absolutely take it the wrong way.
I think this is a challenge that I took your criticism from last week, that maybe I should be a bit less mouthy, and I'm starting to try to do that, and I'm planning my way to stop becoming mouthy and becoming more responsible.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. It might be too late for you. Nabila, this just does upset me a little bit, because, you know, I know you can do better than this, and it is very, very difficult to choose somebody to go and to choose who's going to stay. But I have taken a decision, and like I said, it's very, very hard. Lamisha, you're staying. So Nabila and Afra, someone has to take the can for failure of this task. And Afra, as team manager, I'm afraid it's you that's going to take the responsibility. So, look, you've been a great contestant. We are sorry to let you go, but this is the end of the road for you. So would you please leave the boardroom? That was really, really hard, because, you know, it was a close result on the task, but well done. You've survived the boardroom, and we'll see you next week. You can leave now.
I feel very bad. I think I should have stayed in Fiji Boss, and I think the judges made a really bad decision for quitting me, because I think I would be really good in business. Thank you.
I'm the second most amount of money.
At least I know I can go and see us next week, because I miss my team so much.
Okay, it's time to choose the teams for next week's task. Cool.
So for team 1, we have Sadia, Asma'i, Lamisha, and Hussein.
And for team 2, we have Tusha, Nabila, Jawad, and Rod.
Would you join your new teams, please? Right. Next week's task is a TV task. You will be preparing a promotional video for Channel S. And we want that to go online, and the team which gets the highest number of views on Facebook and YouTube will win the task. So we're looking for A really good idea, well delivered, and then sold via social networks. This is the future of business. Good luck, and I'll see you next week back here in the boardroom. Thank you.
5 complete. From 9 contestants, now there's only 8. Next week, they have a tough task ahead of them. This week's task was tough, but next week it just gets harder. Join me to see who gets fired next week. Stay tuned.
I expected much better from the treat. It was a very big disappointment. However, I'm glad that I won the task and I had great team members, and I look forward to the next week.
.3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.